Okay, it's that time again. What is it? Howdy doody time? Or I don't know. Let's get some people in here and let's have some talking today. There we got some people. I've been listening to some Periscope shows today. Uh, I'm not much on cartoons, y'all. I don't really understand them. But I've been following on Twitter a cartoonist named Scott Adams, and I've read several of his books. The Future According to Dilbert, just a lot of fun things, and he's got an interesting take on things. So if you get a chance to listen to Scott Adams, he's on Periscope, and it's Scott Adams Says, and he's just he makes you think. And I like anybody that can make me think about things, maybe from a different perspective. You all know that I'm conservative. I've been conservative all of my life. But he helps me to balance that. And it's not that conservatism is bad, but to look at everything from different points of view, which makes me a whole person. I like taxing my brain a little bit to sort of get into. He throws out some stuff that a lot of people don't want to talk about, and it's kind of interesting. But if you ever get a chance to listen to him, he's been periscoping for a while, and he gets I think he gets a couple of thousand people watching him live, which is good. I need to tell him about Facebook Live and y'all. So anyway, that's sort of what I've been doing. I've been tying Paducah, Kentucky. Yay! I grew up in that neck of the woods. My grandmother was from Graves County. My mother was from Graves County. And yeah, so that's my neck of the woods. But I grew up in Tennessee. But the first part of my life till third grade was in Kentucky. And Channel 6 was my television station. I remember Bob Swisher and Tom Butler and all those people. So yeah, Paducah, Kentucky, and the Mississippi and Ohio rivers are home to me. Anyway, so that's kind of been some fun things I've been doing. I've been trying to rest my brain. I've been working real hard on book number 4, and it's just been, I think we've done all the writing, and the editing starts tomorrow. So I am so excited. Can't wait to have a book for y'all to have. Anyway, it's just been a busy week. A really busy week. People are from everywhere, I'm telling you, just everywhere. It just blows me away that there are people from all over the place watching. So that's what I'm in. Now this week we're in Zone 2. And Zone 2 is your kitchen. So the missions are just little things, You can see the missions on our Launchpad page. There's missions there, and they'll give you all the missions for the week. A lot of people like to print those out or write them on their calendar. But it's all about doing a little detail cleaning. Hey, Donna. Donna and I went to high school together. There's my sister too. Everybody's coming in. This is good. Anyway, so the kitchen, we're just going to do some little detail cleaning. Take everything off your kitchen counters. I mean, if you want to get a different look in your kitchen, then clear out your counters and then stand back and wipe them down and look how pretty they are when you don't have anything on them. And then put back the stuff you use. I did this a couple of months ago, and I realized that my mixer was in the wrong place because I don't use my mixer every day or every week. Sometimes I just use it during the holidays, but other time, and I have a little handheld mixer that I can do little things with. But clear out your counters so that you can see what you use. So I put Robert's toaster back where he uses it every morning. And then it's inefficient, and I use my crock pot 2 to 3 times a week. So that has earned a place on my counter. And I have a utensil holder that keeps my spoons and stuff, and that I reach for them all the time. If I moved them, it would take me forever to learn where to reach for the spoons. So I'm not moving those. I tried putting just the wooden spoons in a container, and that didn't work because I would want something else and it wouldn't be there. So clear off your counters and put back what you love and what you use, and find new places for the appliances you don't use very often. Then here's going to be a hard one for you. And I want to see some thumbs up if you're going to take this challenge. This is a big one. I want you to take all the stuff off your refrigerator, all the magnets, all the pictures, and I want you to clear off the front of your refrigerator. And I want you to commit to doing it today, because this is going to give your kitchen the most amazing makeover if you've been so used to having all of this stuff on your refrigerator. I know it sounds terrible, and you can put back your calendar. If you use our magnets and hang your calendar on the refrigerator, you can put that back. But everything else, all those menus and the artwork, all that stuff, let's pictures, let's put the pictures where they belong, and then it's going to be beautiful, I promise you. And you can take a picture of everything. I'm not telling you to throw it away, but I'm telling you to just let's get a different look right now. I saw something last week that I thought was quite interesting, and I don't want you to go out and do this today, but I want you to think about it. If you have an old refrigerator that you're kind of tired of, get some chalkboard paint for it. Then you can turn it into a big menu plan or a big grocery list. My problem would be with my perfectionism, I wouldn't like it being messy, so my handwriting would bother me. You know what I'm talking about, because I have tips for how to keep your calendar from looking messy with address labels. Write what you want to put on your calendar on an address label and stick it on your calendar instead of writing on the calendar. You write it on an address label, and then if you need to change it, you can put another address label over it or peel it off. Somebody asked me how I make my deviled eggs in the oven. There's a whole page of it on our website. Just do a search for angeled eggs. And all I do is I let the eggs get to room temperature. You can't put them in the oven cold or they'll crack all over the place. But I let the eggs get to room temperature, and then I usually leave them out overnight to make sure they're really at room temperature. And you kind of have to take them out of the styrofoam cases too. And then I put them on the racks in the oven. And somebody check me, and Liz, find the link so you can put it in there, because it's getting to be Easter time and we're going to be doing lots of eggs. I put them on the racks in the oven, and I can do like 4 dozen. And just set them on the racks, spread apart, not touching each other, and then turn your oven on 325 for exactly 30 minutes. Exactly. Now you might want to try 3 or 4, that way you'll know what if your oven is hotter than mine or whatever. You might need to turn it down, but play with it. And you can get and let me tell you a secret. Buy your eggs right now for Easter. 3 weeks out. 2 to 3 weeks out. Buy the eggs because old eggs peel easier. Don't know why I know this, but new eggs don't peel as well. So put your eggs in the oven and bake them at 325. Follow the directions on the website exactly. And then I like to put cold water in the refrigerator. No, you don't preheat the oven. Don't want to preheat the oven. You want to get everything up at the same speed. There it is. Thanks, Liz. And then I take the whole rack out of the oven. And you can do it one at a time, but I want to cool them off quickly and put them in ice water, cold water in the sink. And then I let them sit there for a little while, and then I peel them. And you're going to have a lot of eggs. And I like for Robert to get the styrofoam egg containers so that I can wash those and put the eggs back in them and then wrap them in saran wrap to keep them fresh. And I have some egg containers too that I can put them in after I've sliced them. It's just an ingenious way to make deviled eggs. And I don't like to call them deviled eggs, but that's what we know them as. And then you make them like you always do. And it always changes how I'm going to make it. Sometimes Robert wants a lot of pickle relish in them, and sometimes oh, that's funny. I like your style. I had this on with my denim shirt that I wear all the time. There we're back. Sorry about that. My phone just froze up. Well, it might have been because I messed with it yesterday. I took it apart. Can you believe I took my iPhone apart? Just because I wanted to. And I changed the battery in it. Because I wanted to. Sometimes you just have to do something really hard to play. I had a backup phone, so I killed my other one. But I'm going to fix it too. Anyway, stuffed eggs, heavenly eggs, whatever you want to call them. They're eggs, and they're Jack Scroy's favorite thing in the whole wide world. At Christmas, I found him a deviled egg ceramic ornament, and he loved it. Dressed eggs, I've heard them called that too. I've got something on my glasses. Anyway, this morning I had on this aqua shirt, and I learned in home economics that these two colors and orange are complementary colors on the color wheel. So I grabbed a scarf to put on with it, but I felt like I was choking, so I had to take it off. I like aqua. I like purple too. So did you all see the testimonial this morning from the mother of 8 children, and she has a little girl named Lavender? I think you lost the sound because my screen froze up, and I don't know why it froze up. So that is annoying to me. I don't know why. So I'll have to check that out. Hey, Beverly, she's an old friend. Hey, haven't seen you in a long time. Haven't been on Facebook quite as much. Love it without the scarf. Thanks, everybody. Anyway, we're in the kitchen this week. Next week, Zone 3. Zone 3 is the bathroom and another room in your house. It could be a kid's room. I don't know what Rebecca's picked yet. I haven't seen the missions for next week. But it could be a kid's room. It could be your laundry room. It could be the playroom. It could be your office. It could be your craft room. Just some other room. It could be the basement. And we're just going to do a mission in our main bathroom. That's the bathroom that company goes to. And when you get that detail cleaned, yeah, it's little things like cleaning behind the toilet. We don't do that every day. And if you have little boys, you may need to clean more often than once a week. Stash and dash. Oh, she's going to do a round robin. That's what she's going to do. That's fun. To do something in every room. That's always fun. Rebecca's ahead of the game. Let's have some fun with it. Now, we've been doing 40 bags in 40 days, and I've been getting rid of books. I have a huge box of books. I've got to divide it up into 3 boxes, but I'm taking a couple of books down every day to get rid of. And it's really making some room in the bookcase. And we have this new puppy. I know y'all seen her video. We found out what she was today. We did a DNA test on her. She is a coonhound. She is a treeing walker coonhound and Australian Shepherd mix. It's 325 degrees, not 425. 325. And she's going to be about 50 pounds, and we're excited to know. We like hound dogs. She doesn't have a hound dog bark yet, but Loki's going to teach her. He's really teaching her well. They've been playing with this little stuffed raccoon this morning. And she's quite, the Australian Shepherd part of her makes her very loyal to us. So when we go to bed, she comes and gets in her bed right beside my side of the bed. She wants to be right there with us, and she'll stay there until I get up in the morning. Hound dogs are fun. I've got some video on our YouTube page of our dogs howling at a siren. They don't like sirens. They just don't like sirens. So everybody, the carpet sweeper is back in the fly shop. We're excited to turn it back on today. We've been out of them for a while, and I know you all love them. So they should be here. By the time your order gets filled, they'll be here. So we're excited about that. Let's see, what else is going on? We're doing 40 bags in 40 days for Lent. But jump in right now and commit to it. Getting rid of 1 bag of things to give away or 1 bag of trash every day. And it's going to make your house look wonderful. You wouldn't believe how much stuff we can get rid of when we just be consistent at it. Just be consistent. That consistency is what changes everything. Doing a little bit every day. Not spending all weekend. I don't want you to waste your weekends on decluttering the garage or the basement. My friend Ed Smart is watching. Hey, Ed. Went to high school with Ed, and he just got married, everybody. Congratulations. Just have some fun getting rid of the clutter. Just have some fun. And don't beat yourself up about it. You can do this. If I did it, anybody did. Our house was piled to the ceiling. This room I'm in right now, I couldn't even walk in. We had clutter everywhere. And it was because we went to estate auctions. And Robert and I put our clutter together. Then we went to these estate auctions and we bought more. And our house was piled high. It had paths. You didn't get up in the middle of the night for fear you were going to trip over something. And it's not that way anymore. I mean, I did my floors yesterday morning while my oatmeal was simmering in a pot on the stove, on medium, for 5 minutes. I did my floors. This morning, while my eggs were cooking, I was able to dust with a feather duster the whole house in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Housekeeping doesn't take forever, and it doesn't take all day on Saturday like we had to do when we were kids. It only takes a few minutes here and there. And if you're setting your timer, I love to set my timer for 15 minutes and then get up and putter for 15 minutes. I've been doing more sitting than I've been puttering in the last week trying to finish this book. But I still kept my house clean the whole time. I didn't let my house fall apart while I'm working on this book and writing thousands and thousands of words every day. I didn't let that happen. I got up and did some things. I would start dinner. I would do the floors. I would pick up after the puppy and clean up little messes and take her outside to try to teach it where to go potty. It's all about being consistent. That's what it is. And then when those unexpected things happen, like a huge snowfall in New Jersey or a nor'easter up in Maine, when those things happen, you're ready. You're ready because you're prepared. You've got food in the house. Your laundry's done, so you don't have to worry about doing any laundry. You may have to put the snow mittens and things by the fire to get them dry, but how do you clean lampshades? Well, one of the fun ways to clean a lampshade is with a feather duster, and I don't have one right here with me. Wait, I do, but I can't reach it. I have to get up. I can't reach it. Let's see if I can scooch. I got one right here. This is a prototype. Now, we're out of them right now, but we should have them in a couple of weeks. But feather dusters work well for lampshades. Rubber scrubbers work well for lampshades. Just doing, I tell you what, this is going to sound weird, but we've got these cans of air that we use on our computers. Those will clean a lampshade. Unless it's gotten moisture on it and it's turned to mud, these waves will flick the dust off of them. Paintbrush is a good idea too. Now, you saw me in one of the videos we did this past week saw my son do it, clean the cat hair off the back of our red couch with this rubber scrubber. It did an amazing job. Now, next time, when it gets a little warmer, I'll take the cushions outside and do it so I don't make more mess for me. That's what we do usually. When we start doing something in the house, we make a bigger mess than we have for ourselves. Let's not do that anymore. Let's think about it ahead of time before we do something. Lint brush is good too, but you got to do it consistently. And when you're in that room, I've got 2 lampshades in my bedroom, and I have 1 lampshade in, wow, there's a lampshade right there that needs dusting. And I can probably show you right this minute how it works. There's a lampshade. Look at that. I probably need to take it outside and bless the world with the dust, but not going to do that right now. And when you're feather dusting, you can just run around the house and put on some fun music and just enjoy dancing around the house, just dusting everything. And you get the kids involved and they'll love it. They love to feather dust. That's why getting a little duster for the kids is fun. You can get them at Walmart or Target or someplace, a little tiny feather. Now it'll be chicken feathers. Probably won't be ostrich feathers. But they'll think it's special. And in fact, I have one somebody gave me on an ink pen. Isn't it cute? It's purple. Makes me happy. And it's got glitter. So make it fun for yourself. Get the kids involved. If you get them involved when they're little, they won't mind keeping their rooms clean. It just becomes part of it. And if you make a game out of it, like Mikey's little video that he did of cleaning the floor in the basement with the carpet sweeper, or cleaning his room using note cards and drawing a card. Getting your children involved and not fussing at them and being loud mommy. Let's put it that way, being loud mommy. Well, this morning my son sent me a little text and he said, Mom, it's International Women's Day. We've been getting emails saying it's International Women's Day. And I said to him, I said, son, do we have an International Men's Day? Well, I don't think we do. I don't know why we need an International Women's Day. And it doesn't, because each woman is the queen in her own home. You know? Each woman, she should be lifted up in her own home. And when I told Robert it was International Women's Day, he's so funny. He said, he bowed to me and I said, but is there a Men's Day? And he said, I don't think so. Anyway, that's just one of the funny things today. So, in recognition of all the women out there, I applaud you. I don't know why it's offline again. I don't know what's going on. So, welcome to the world. Every day should be Women's Day. I think you're right about that. You know, we set the tone. We're the people. We're the person in our homes that set the tone. And it's the 19th of November, really? That's my husband's birthday. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. He'll think that's great. I can't wait to tell him. I got the giggles now. I'm saying, oh, well. Lost my train of thought because that was funny. We set the tone in our homes. It's up to us. If we're playing the martyr, everybody's going to go run and hide. They don't want to be around you. But if you're happy and singing and whistling while you work and all those things, people are going to want to be around. If you make it fun, you put on some fun music, you can get a lot of things done in your home if you turn it into a game. Make it a game. Make it fun. And your family's going to fall in line. Your family's just going to fall right in line. And it's not that you're doing it or you're forcing them to do it. It's because they're happy to do it. People don't believe it. People don't believe that your family will jump on board with you when you let go of being nagging mommy and martyred mommy. And teens work well for rewards. Yes, rewards. Find out what they want. Sit down and have a family meeting with them. You'll get the kids excited. You know, kids, they're not going to automatically want to clean unless they're born organized. Laundry on rainy days with the septic system. Well, the problem is, Joanne, is your septic system probably needs to be pumped out. And if you have a family of 4, probably a good rule of thumb is every 3 to 5 years. We have a family of 2, and we try to do it every 2 years to pump our septic systems. If your washer doesn't drain well, then it's because the field tiles probably need worked on. And you can get a light, somebody with a sewer scope, and go and check it out. But 1 load a day, and do small loads, not huge loads. Because what's happening is the level of the debris in your septic tank has built up so much that it can't fill with. It's settled, and it's so full that the water can't drain out the pipes, the little field tile. So it's trouble flushing the toilet. I would get someone to come and pump your septic tank out, and that will help alleviate that problem fast. And we had a new cap put on our septic tank. They would have to dig it up every time. So for an extra $100, they put a cap on it, and they could just unscrew that cap. It's like a manhole cover, and go in there and pump it out. And the truck just backs right up to it, and by golly, it's pumped out, and we're good. And I put it on the calendar when to do it. And I'm reminded, and I write this on the calendar every year when I change to a new calendar, that the last time we pumped the septic tank was 2 years ago. So this is the 3rd year, and if we're having any issues, we'll get it. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that septic tanks would have filters. Live and learn. I like learning new stuff. It's always good. It's always good. Now, let's see. We're 32 minutes in. Let's see. What else are we going to talk about? The habit this month is getting dressed to lace up shoes. I don't have on lace up shoes. I'm admitting that to you right now. But in the wintertime, I like to wear boots. Boots over my ankles, because my ankles get cold. Even if I have on socks, my ankles get cold. So I have zip-up boots that I can't take off. They are on my feet until I put my pajamas on at night and take my bath. They are on my feet. And then these have a fur lining in them. So I don't wear socks with them or my feet get too hot. And so after I take them off, I have a little register underneath my sink, and I put the openings of the boots right there, and they're good and warm first thing in the morning when I put them on. And it's my little routine. I put them at the vent, and they're all good and warm and snuggly when I put them on in the morning instead of cold. So getting dressed to lace up shoes, it'll change your life. I mean, we've gotten testimonials thanking us profusely for having this habit, because her son got out of the car when she was getting groceries out and started running down the driveway. And he had on shoes, and he's running down the driveway. And if she hadn't had on her shoes, he could have got to the road where the log trucks were coming past. So having your shoes on it prepares you for anything that could happen. It really can. Because when we've got our shoes on, we're able to run out the door. I mean, the dog got out the other day. I had to go chase the dog down, and she thought it was a game, and she didn't want to come to me. And finally, I just had to sit down on the step, and she came and licked me in the face. Having our shoes on tells our head it's time to do something. It's just that simple. It tells your head it's time to do something. And it keeps you from having excuses. And you know those excuses. Well, we say them to ourselves, I don't have time right now to go put my shoes on. In the morning, it is so fun watching Robert put his shoes on. Because the new puppy, Tulip, thinks it's a game. And we're having to keep the bathroom door shut and our closet door shut because she goes in there and takes my house shoes and takes Robert's shoes and runs around the house with them just as fast as she can in a circle. And he's having to chase her down to put his shoes on first thing in the morning. Now, I learned this habit from him because every morning, that's his crowning touch to getting dressed, is lacing up his shoes and tying them to his feet. And he stays in them all day long. Is somebody moving? We're getting up on moving time. May is moving month for a lot of people. And summer is moving time for a lot of people. So packing up your stuff, I don't want you to pack up clutter. Get rid of your clutter. If you don't know if it's clutter, set it in the middle of the floor, and if after 3 days you kick it across the room, it's clutter. True story. It happened to a friend of mine. My friend Marianne, Lord rest her soul, she passed away last year. When she moved up here, she'd been in the same house for 27 years, and she just didn't know if she wanted certain things she didn't want to get rid of. She was holding on to a lot of stuff, and she begged me to come down and help her, and so I went not to Baltimore, to Atlanta, Decatur, and Georgia, and helped her for 3 days, and she finally came up with this game. If she knew she wanted to get rid of it, she'd take it out to the curb, or she'd send some kid out to the curb because she had her grandchildren there. And she'd put it out on the curb. It'd be gone in no time at all. But if she didn't know if she wanted to get rid of it, that was her test. If she set it in the middle of the floor, and the first day she walked around it, and the second day she kind of moved it aside, and the third day she kicked it out of her way, it was clutter. It went to the curb. And in 5 minutes it was gone. Gone. So don't pack your clutter, and donate as much stuff as possible, because in the long run, really all you need is, when I moved to North Carolina, I moved up here with my camping gear, my fishing gear, and my winter clothes. That's all I had. Now, I eventually went back and got the rest of it with some help of some friends, but it wasn't much. It really wasn't much. It was some things I had put in storage, and you don't need a whole lot. You can buy couches, and we have too much stuff. Downsize. People have to do this all the time. You go off to college, and you just have what you need for that room. And then you get out of college and you get your first apartment. And so people giving you stuff like crazy. You get your own apartment, so you got to have dishes, all kinds of stuff. And it starts growing. And then you get married and people give you a lot more stuff. And you don't get rid of any of the other stuff. And stuff starts multiplying. It will help you. I mean, we move into bigger houses because we need more room for stuff, because we've used up all our storage. Let it go. Let it go. Now, here's my trick for packing. I want you to get some Sharpie markers, some big fat ones. I want you to get boxes. You can order boxes and have them delivered to the house in a flat pack, and start packing boxes. And you start in one room. Put boxes in each room. Set your timer for 15 minutes. Get your packing tape. Put one box together. Don't put 5 boxes together. And I want you to go into a room and take the stuff out of the drawers. Don't move stuff in the drawers because you need to go through and declutter those drawers. And just say, this is everything from the dresser that we're not wearing right now. And you can label it per the drawer. You can give a code to that room. Say it's the master bedroom or Johnny's room or Sally's room, and give them a color code. And then when you get to the house and you number the boxes. Now this is the secret. You get a legal pad and you write down number 1 and you write, what room it's from and what's sort of a general description of what's in the box. Number 2, you do the same way. Color code the rooms. Then that way when you get to the house, you can put that color note card or take the marker and color a note card that color over the room. And then people can stage the boxes instead of putting them all in the living room and the living room being so full you can't breathe. Then let go. Then they can put it in the rooms where it belongs and stage them up against one wall so you can still put furniture in there. And the low number boxes are stuff that doesn't need to be unpacked right away because you're not using it right now. But the higher number boxes are the stuff you use all the time. So those are the last things that are going to go on the truck. So number your boxes, stage them in the room where you are because you don't really have a place for them, but in that room. And then when you start to pack the truck up, the higher number boxes go at the back, and the last boxes to go on the truck should be your kitchen stuff. Oh, here comes the dog. She's got to check out what's going on in here. Come here, Tulip. You want everybody to see you? Come here, baby. Here she is. There, she's sleepy. Yeah, she's a little sleepy right now. She's a little sleepy. She just woke up. Yeah, she's gonna chew my earring. You want to go lie down again? Okay. Go play. Anyway, so that's how you pack. Stay out of the litter box. No, and I can't. Come here. Yeah, get away from the litter box. She thinks that's her prize. Yeah, you're stretching. But the last things you take with you in your car, you got to have stuff to make coffee. So you take your coffee maker. You got to have paper plates because you're probably going to order some pizza when you're unpacking. You're not going to feel like cooking. You may want to take your crock pot with you in your car. You need sheets and towels because you don't want to be rummaging through boxes trying to find sheets and towels for beds. So those last minute things are what you take in the car with you. And that way you're ready to go. You don't drag them out in the house until you've got all the boxes out in the rooms. And then you can start setting up your kitchen and getting ready for tomorrow and getting some food and that sort of thing. So that's my tip for the day for moving. It's not fun, but we've all done it and we can survive. But if you take clutter, it's going to take longer to put everything away. So don't do it. Just say no to the clutter and bless someone else. And make sure you check your washing machine and don't leave clothes in it to get moved in the trailer, in the truck. Don't do that. Don't do that. Packing overnight bags, so you got to have clothes. That's good. So you got overnight bags with your clothes and the kids' clothes. Maybe 2 days worth of clothes, and then like you're going away for a weekend, and then just the stuff you're going to need the next day to get started. and you're going to have to make a grocery run to get some food, and you're good. Unless, of course, you unpack your freezer and refrigerator into ice chest, and you take it and you can put it just like you left the house. Yeah, it's hard to get rid of your parents' clutter. It's really hard, but you just have to stay consistent. You just have to do 1 box a day, or maybe 2 boxes a week, just to do a little at a time. Putting your beds up first, that's great. That way, when you're tired, you can just go to bed. You don't have to worry about it. It's done. She's such a good puppy. She's using the puppy pad right now. And I wouldn't take anything for these puppy pads at this moment in time. They got a charcoal lining on them, and I think they're absolutely wonderful. Because having a puppy in the house has just been hard on my nerves for a little bit. Anyway, I got to praise her. Good puppy. Good. Good one. You're a good dog. Yeah, you are. I think she's decided that feather dusters are fun. She's chased it around the house today. And I don't want her to get used to that. Well, that's about all I got to say, unless you got some more questions today. Beds are the last in on the moving truck and the first out. That's the way it's got to be. Last in, first out. Just like a toddler. Yep. And we've never had a puppy. We've always had grown dogs that we've rescued. So this is the first puppy we've rescued. So it's been quite interesting at our house. Trying to train a new dog and Loki's helping too. He's a good big brother, because she's gonna be a hound dog. Anyway, I will see you next week. Oh, the time changes Saturday night. Turn your clocks. Bring forward, so we lose an hour of sleep. But if you have children, you can spring forward in the middle of the afternoon on Saturday. Just kind of skip an hour. Go forward an hour. And do your whole nighttime routine as if it were an hour later. You know? Try it. Change the time at noon. Unless you're going to be going somewhere. You don't want to do that. But change it to 1 o'clock and then work accordingly the rest of the day on that clock. And then the kids are not going to be so tired the next morning to get up and go to church. Try it. It works. My clock changes itself in the car. It's hard to change 15 minutes at a time just because it's just hard for me. I can't wrap my head around that. But I can. Little kids are the hardest part about the time change if you do it in the middle of the night, because they miss that hour of sleep. But if they go to bed and the clock says it's 8 o'clock and it's time to go to bed, it'll work. Uh-oh. She hit the door. She's still a little clumsy. Yep, she had a squeaky toy. That was her little raccoon she had this morning. Well, y'all have fun. Use coupon code SPRINGFLING, because the time changes. Y'all can do it. I love you all, and I will see you next week. I'm going to upload this to YouTube and on our website, and my nose is itching. It means I'm going to have company. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.